We're in the home stretch now, folks. Our last two speakers are Lisa Coulman, who has the unenviable task of distilling everything you've heard today and putting it in a nice little package and delivering it to you in the next couple of minutes. As well, we will hear from Kevin Shea, Chair of OMDC's Board of Directors, and he'll just close us out. So, Lisa Coulman, she is an audit partner in PwC's Toronto office. She's a key member of PwC's technology, entertainment, and media industry team. Lisa has extensive knowledge of the issues that technology, entertainment, and media companies deal with throughout their life cycle, from the small startup company to the large public enterprise. Lisa Coulman. Oh, she's already there.
Thanks, and I don't feel any pressure. Everyone has told me that I have the unfortunate, maybe, I don't think anyone would envy me, task of summarizing the day, which was exciting, very intriguing, and gave us a lot of things to think about. So I have tried to summarize it, and I've also been told I get 5 minutes and I get no dancing. So we started the day with understanding the consumer behaviors, and you know what I took away from that were smart devices are in, the one linear devices are out, so my camera is no longer. You know, what I heard today were the explosive takeoff of the tablets. Over 75% of people in Canada are going to have smartphones within the next 2 years, and TVs are going to be smart. This is what I remember. I think my husband will like that because I probably am the only one in this room that has not allowed him to buy a big screen TV. The other things we heard were the behaviors that we are creating because of the connected consumers. Our children are leaking focus. I'm glad to know that my children are now normal. I don't have to yell at them anymore to just focus. Apps are, can be here today and gone tomorrow. So maybe you don't want to focus on developing only apps. You need to go beyond the apps. And the other thing I heard is everyone creates content. So look out, accountants may be creating content tomorrow. So what are the consumer behaviors driving? People no longer want to own content. They want to be able to have access to it. They need to be willing to share in order to optimize content. And also the sad part is that free is now an acceptable norm that we have to accept. So we then moved on to understand what the connected consumer means and what it's doing. Again, my husband will be happy to know that the TV is not dead. We heard from a lot of TV broadcasters that they use the connected consumer to drive them ultimately to the traditional distribution channels. They use the connected consumer from an awareness perspective to engage communities and to harness that engagement to drive the content. So we heard that the connected consumer is being used to engage and to market, and we also heard to create content. Then we talked about the benefits of strategic partnerships in the media industry, and I found there were some good quotes in there. I think it was Raja that said that we're in a knowledge economy. We have to be willing to enter into partnerships in order to connect with others and in order to allow the flow of information. We can't hold that information. We can't create the barriers that we would have in the past. Content needs to be distributed through many means, but at the end of the day, remember, you need to keep your rights. I had written down partnerships until we heard the last panel, and I thought they used a better word. We need to collaborate in order to be successful in this industry. We need to collaborate with our customers. We need to collaborate with all of the various distribution channels. We need to collaborate in order to create content. And then the other one that we just heard was we need to collaborate in order to increase our awareness. And that could be collaboration with competitors, or it could be collaboration with business to business. And then, of course, we had to spend the afternoon on show me the money. It's the ongoing challenge in this industry. Where are we going to find the abilities to monetize what we're struggling with, particularly when we started the day with free is the new norm? So we did hear, and we again need to thank all of the funding programs we have in Canada. We have a very positive and rich funding environment in Canada, but we do need to start to find the commercial funding opportunities that are out there. So there were a lot of things I heard this afternoon that I just wanted to summarize. Brands are places to look because they're now content creators. The last panel was very clear to you that as artists, we need to be innovators, we need to be more entrepreneurial focused, and we need to look at going beyond the traditional avenues to get our content out there. We can look at crowdsourcing and crowdfunding. But one of the things that we will continue to be challenged with is how do we measure? How do we measure what is something that is giving return back to the people that are funding us and what is not? The last panel used the word smart money. We need to look at bringing to our content people that can help us get it out there. They bring not just money, they bring us networks. So at the end of the day, I think I want to leave it with one quote I heard today, which I thought was the most profound quote to leave it as an ending quote. This year is for learning, next year is for success. Let's hope that the next 14 to 18 months are a good ride and we figure out how to monetize. Thank you.
Thank you, Lisa. Well done. You'll be relieved to know this is my last trip to the podium. Before I invite Kevin to come up and take us home, I just wanted to say it's been a real pleasure to be here, to spend the day with you, to listen to these fascinating discussions. You know, it's always a privilege to be in the midst of people who are very, very smart and who are dreaming up and creating extraordinary things. So thank you for that opportunity. OMDC is very interested in your feedback about the conference, and you'll be receiving an email very soon about the conference with a link to a very quick online feedback survey. Your thoughts about this year's conference will help us plan for next year's, and just like you, we want to get better every year. So please take a very short moment or two to fill out that survey. So my last official duty is to introduce Kevin Shea, Chair of OMDC's Board of Directors, for some closing remarks. Kevin.
I'd first like to start with a big round of applause for Terry. Terry, you did an amazing job today. You kept us very much on track. The last name is Follis. Google him, buy his book, you'll appreciate it. Also, a huge thank you to Lisa. That's a huge job, and I thought you did an amazing job at summarizing today for us. More importantly, Lisa, we thank you for being our sponsor, and the PwC sponsorship means a lot to us. More importantly, as a government organization, it allows us to provide you with cocktails at the end of today. And we all know on a Friday afternoon, particularly a cold Friday afternoon, how important that is. There's no doubt free is an amazing marketing tag. And today is free. But what's interesting is this morning it was jammed, and here we are at the end of the day on Friday, and we're still quite full. I think what we did here is that, yes, free is a great marketing tag, but if there's not a lot of content, not a lot of people will attend or stay or watch. I'm hopeful that you did achieve enough content out of today. I thank all of the speakers, all of the commentators for taking their time to take a day out of their hard-working life and educate us and share their findings and so on. As you folks know who have been here in the past, I have the job of being the captain of thank yous at the end. I'd like to start by recognizing and thanking the team that put this on, the key team that did, our Raina Wells at OMDC. Raina, thank you. Our directors, Alex Brown, Marguerite Piggott, and Nathan Gunn, who were the key leads on this, and more importantly, to a woman who did a great job. Many of you would have been contacted by her, Karen Mazurkowicz. Karen, thank you so much. I'll close by thanking our ministry. Minister Chan is in China. I know he would have been here today. He is a significant promoter of our sector, and more importantly, he is a terrific champion for OMDC at the cabinet table. With him, Stephen Davidson, our Deputy Minister, Kevin Finnerty, our Assistant Deputy Minister, and Christine Innes, the Chief of Staff over at the Ministry, have been our real champions on your behalf at OMDC. It says here that Kevin's supposed to ad-lib about potential political changes, the importance of continued investment in Ontario's creative industries, the commitment, of course, of our OMDC staff. What I will say is change is certainly imminent. We know it's public. There's a leadership convention around the corner. In all likelihood, a new government. And we always ask all of you, our clients, that whenever you have the opportunity to be with your member of parliament, regardless of their party, the more that you echo the importance of our collective organization, the more it does to ensure not only that we continue, but that ideally our budgets or your budgets are enriched. So I do remind you, never take this place for granted, and I know many of you don't, but the political importance of you reminding your local member of parliament and so on cannot be understated. I thank all of you. Please join us upstairs. It's called the gallery, I believe. It's right there. And again, thanks to PwC. They're going to buy us a drink. Thank you for coming.